Scream Team, how we doing today? It's Thursday. One more day until the weekend. Man, I'm getting my son today. I'm so excited. I can't wait to be with my little man. I normally get him on the weekends. We're going to have fun and play some video games and get down. Anyway, today I got a banger for you guys about aliens. Freaky alien encounters. This one's going to be one for the ages, y'all. I can't wait. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this with me, and I hope you guys have a blessed day today. Here we go. Let's get it. What the?
It was the streak seen across the sky where a family called 911 claiming to see aliens in their backyard.
Watch out. Look at that guy.
It's the doorbell camera video that's raising a lot of questions. A man walks in.
Yo, them door ring cameras, man, they're coming up with some crazy shit, man. I've been looking at all these on TikTok and YouTube. Man, we're gonna have some good videos coming out because of those things, man. All right, continue this shit.
Out of a house, and in an instant, he's beamed up to outer space.
Whoa!
It's the story that's gathered worldwide attention.
Did you see that? Hold on, we can go back. He did a beam me up, Scotty. That looked like from Signs.
It was the streak seen across the sky where a family called 911 claiming to see aliens in their backyard.
Watch out! It's the doorbell camera video that's raising a lot of questions. A man walks out of a house, and in an instant, he's beamed up to outer space.
Wow.
It's the story that's gathered worldwide attention.
I swear to God, this is not a joke. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes.
They got big eyes.
Go! No! Run! You believe you saw something that wasn't from this planet?
I believe I saw something, yeah.
Next time, if you hear some weird noises coming out of your backyard, think twice. Otherwise, this might happen to you as well.
Whoa. Ah! What is
A
that?
few years back in Russia, a
Look
man,
like
after
naked
hearing
dude.
disturbances in his backyard, decided to go out for an investigation. Thinking of a bear, he took out his camera to record the culprit. Yet, what he came across
Yeah, that wasn't an alien. That was a freaking streaker on the roof.
was far scarier
Look at
than
him.
his
Look, there's a
imagination.
streaker.
A
There's an
giant
alien.
pale figure suddenly
There it is.
appeared out
Yeah,
of
the creature
nowhere
bird.
and jumped on the roof.
Wow.
With no visible facial features, the creature just stared at the guy and disappeared from the scene.
Bro, that's an alien from Circus Soleil.
Leaving behind no clues. The video quickly went viral, with people starting to call it a humanoid alien that suddenly vanished after offering a rare sight.
Q-tip head.
However, it is yet to be confirmed, as authorities are refraining from giving any kind of statement.
I guess so. What are they going to tell you
Freaky
that you ain't
figure.
seen?
Bet on this one. This was a close encounter with an alien. A man was in the jungle at night, perhaps wood collecting to ignite
Dude,
a
that
fire.
guy had a freaking rubberneck. Did you see that shit? That shit was like...
Fire in the cold weather. However, as he was collecting them, he heard some strange noises coming from behind a tree. I'm sure he might have expected wild animals and was mentally prepared for that. Instead, what came out of the tree was not a wild animal, but another creature. And you know what it could be? Yep, see it for yourself. A
It's a Cirque
plain
du Soleil
white
guy
body
again.
and elongated head. Hawk eyes.
Dude, it's one of those bendy guys, you know, contortionist. Yeah.
Looking around in a very skeptical way. It seemed like it had just come out of its dwelling and was on the hunt. Thankfully, it didn't notice the man and immediately jumped to other bushes, vanishing from the scene. The man also didn't waste any more time standing there and came out of the jungle hurriedly. Dark monster.
Uh-oh.
Don't fear the dark, but fear the creatures that live in it. They are all spooky and ghostly. While walking in the
Spooky
woods,
dooky.
this man came across a creature that was glued to the tree. It wasn't a monkey. Certainly not. And it had a horrifying face and a strong body like one you'd never seen before. As the man spotted
That's
it
definitely
and
a
looked
primate.
again at the tree, it was gone. Just disappeared. Having seen enough
he
for
did
one
just-
night, he
Your dad mother
decided
humped
to
and
go
jumped to
home.
another
And
tree.
while heading home, he encountered this creature again. This time in a
Tarzan's
very
your ass.
close encounter near a cave, where it seemed to be engaged in some sort of ritual in the middle of the jungle. Perhaps it was trying to call more of its friends. Whatever it was doing, it sent a wave of fear through the man, and he ran away from the jungle.
Yo, was that like
Thankfully, he remained safe.
Mama
But the
Primate?
creature remains a mystery.
Yeah, that's his girlfriend.
Pale figure. Whenever we hear the term alien or even think about it,
Got a
well,
creeper.
that's the perfect image that comes to mind. An
look like he's
imp
taking a
with a
dump on
bent
dude's
backbone
porch.
was caught walking in quite a strange way near a house in Kentucky, as if it were trying to find people to scare or take away to its dwelling. And we all know what happens in such
Nah, that's
places.
shit.
Come on, you must have seen it in movies. When a ghost captures its prey, it annihilates them. But before doing that, it wants them to beg for annihilation. That's the real dogma of aliens. And that's what it was trying to find in the neighborhood. Thankfully, it struggles.
Yeah, that didn't look like aliens. That looked like the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack.
Seems to have gone in vain. However, it triggered fear in the surroundings as it vanished from the spot after a little search, and people were skeptical that it could reappear again. And that's when the real trouble could happen. Well, we just pray and hope that such a situation never comes to pass.
Just letting you guys know, I ordered a new mic, and I got a good one, so you guys be able to hear me better.
E.T. Visitor.
Ooh, he looks evil.
To record what happens in the forest at night, a young adventurer decided to spend a few hours there. Soon, after some time, he felt the presence of someone else there. Sensing someone behind the bushes, the man meticulously hid
I
and
gotta
started
think twice
reporting.
about doing that shit again,
Horrifically,
won't
out
you?
of nowhere, a horrible creature jumped out. It must have been because of the camera's light. It sensed danger and came close to the tree where he was hiding. This guy surely had nerves of steel, as he didn't panic, but kept filming there to see it further. The creepy being, instead of running away, suddenly charged towards the guy.
Yeah, that alien Rambo'd him before he could Rambo the alien.
And this is exactly where the clip ended,
Run
leaving
away!
behind many
Run
questions.
away!
Did that guy manage to survive? Or did he become a victim of that E.T. visitor? No one's sure what happened next.
That shit did look kind of real.
Nightcrawler. Have you ever wondered how
Walker.
aliens walk? Well, here it is. They walk by bending their bodies, just like this one that was caught on camera crawling on a huge log with 4 legs. Check its height, guys. It seemed like 6 feet, even in a bent position. And how vigilant it was, checking all its surroundings to evade the threat if it came. More importantly, see how silent it was.
Freaking weird,
Its
man.
footsteps made no noise.
Looks like another one of
That
them
if aliens
guys.
walked toward us from behind, we'd never be able to sense them or hear their footsteps. Yet another insecurity unlocked, folks. We have
He's
to
got
be
some
careful,
long legs, man. I
because
don't know
if
if you get
these
away with it.
are
Good
all
for him.
aliens and they exist among us,
That bitch probably
there's a
quit.
good possibility that we may encounter them. And that would be the last thing on Earth I'd wish for.
Oh yeah.
Horned man.
Uh-oh. This boy.
We've all seen animals with horns, but a human-like creature with horns? That's something out of the box. While searching for his lost dog, he was stunned to see a weird-looking figure peeking through the window. It had a human-like head, but strangely with small horns. However, what was more shocking was that the figure
Oh, man.
suddenly disappeared when the guy threw a flash at it. However, it appeared right as he switched off the flash. To search for that figure, that man went to the specific apartment, only to find out it was locked from the outside. Neighbors of that building said this apartment had been locked for more than 6 months. Here comes another mystery on top of a mystery, guys. God knows what secrets that apartment holds. Only time will tell.
It's evil.
Ghost
We
alien.
got a runner. We got a
The
runner.
driver deserves a citizen bonus for maintaining control of the vehicle in such a sudden and unexpected situation.
Woo!
How swiftly
Man, he
the
did a
ghostly
Superman
apparition
across that
appeared out of
motherfucker.
nowhere and quickly passed right in front of him. Most of us might have ended up crashing, but not this driver. Now, let's get back to the creature at hand. Even though it was challenging to recognize this strange organism,
Come
its
on.
speed was incredible.
Hell
In slow
yeah.
motion, you could see its strong body, powerful hands, and big-sized head. So it was definitely not human. But it didn't
Yo, he did a
resemble any
Bigfoot on
known
him, man.
animal either. So, what could it be? Well, it could
Go on,
be
that's
anything,
what it is.
guys. You already know that our world is slowly becoming home to species or organisms that we've never encountered before. So could this be someone visiting our Earth for the first time? What are your thoughts?
Yo, I was watching Jeremy Corbell, and that man's got all the information. Everybody goes to him to tell him everything. Anyway, like, not just are there more reports coming in, and the government has admitted to there's something going on out there, but it's ramping up. There's more of it going on. That leads me to believe that we're doing something wrong. I mean, because they're trying to fix this shit. Because this is their planet too. I mean, we are all one in the universe, I believe. We need to start acting like it, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, more of this stuff is happening, and that's real, man. This is real. Like, the government's scared to tell us because they don't know how. It's not us that they're worried about. It's like they don't want to admit to, them not being able to do anything about it. That's what it is. And, they don't want us to live in fear either, All right, continue.
Thoughts on it? Unbothered creature. You already know that jungles are the most terrifying places, not only due to wild animals, but also because of the mysteries and other anomalies they hold.
Yeah, that's.
If you're thinking of going there at night,
Predator.
I would suggest think again. Otherwise, you may have an encounter with this kind of creature.
I would
hiding
never
in the
go in the
bushes.
real jungle.
Recorded by a hiker in the dense woods. When he felt he was not alone, it sparked a wave of fear down his spine.
Hell yeah, you seen that by
Here it
yourself?
was, peeking from behind the bushes. A creepy creature was found spying on that guy. Small, scary, and sharp, standing still and looking for the best opportunity to strike the hiker. However, after realizing he was noticed by the hiker, the spying entity wasted no time and vanished into the woods. It didn't reappear, and the hiker came out of it safely.
You probably just making
Flying
you aren't
witch.
going to do anything to him.
They say nothing good happens after midnight. Well, that
That's another thing too. You don't hear about like aliens attacking things. I mean, you hear about them like abducting people and stuff like that. But like people are scared when it happens. But I don't know if their intention is bad. You know what I mean? Because you don't see them shooting down airplanes or crashing into airplanes. You see them evading, if anything. So I wonder what their mission really is.
That's true, to a pretty great extent. A truck driver was resting at his home when his truck suddenly started beeping. He hurriedly opened the door, and what he saw on his truck stunned him. A mysterious creature just sitting on the roof of the vehicle. As it spotted the man, it immediately
like his
jumped
leather
from
thing.
it and did a handspring. Its
What the
acrobatic
hell?
movement scared him. And he immediately
man.
shut the main door to protect himself. Later, when he looked out the
This is
window,
some bullshit.
he
This
didn't
one-
find anyone. Perhaps it went to its dwelling, and that could be from out of this world.
Right?
Mexican alien. For those who don't believe in aliens, here's some physical evidence. A team of scientists found a mummified alien in
Here's some
Peru,
paper mache.
South America, which was later revealed to the Mexican Congress.
It is unlikely that purported aliens shown in Mexico this week came from another planet.
It looked like an alien corpse, perhaps 700 to 1800 years old. There's no doubt about that, said the experts, who conducted extensive research on it. They found out that this corpse had 3 fingers and an elongated head. While people in the past did have some elongated heads, and they had short height as well, which made them imp. Some
They
people
said
are
that
often
was,
found
like,
in a few tribes.
mother bones
Though its
put
appearance
together.
resembles an imp, its mysterious fingers tell another story and suggest it could be an alien corpse. Furthermore, they stated it had eggs inside of its body, revealing more shocking details that suggest they were able to breed, and the world could have alien babies. I know you're scratching your heads too, just like me when I read about it. And that's what it is. The world certainly is a strange place for us. Alien remains. A couple of friends found this mysterious pitch black creature lying on the side of the road. At first, it seemed like an animal, but when they examined it thoroughly, It bore no resemblance to any known animal species. The men, who claimed to work in
Kind of looked like
wildlife,
a rat.
stated that they had never encountered anything
iguana.
like it before. They began to entertain the idea that it might be an extraterrestrial being that had fallen from the sky.
Man,
The
that looked
creature
like
had
a
a thick
rotten
layer
iguana.
of
Look at
body
the
that
back of
resembled
it.
wings,
Yeah.
which could have been used for flying. Its sharp and elongated teeth were enough to send chills down one's spine. Fortunately, the men were lucky not to have encountered this alien-like creature while it was
You
alive.
better wash your hands after
Later, it was sent to a research center for further examination.
that.
Confined mystery. When you live on farmland, there's no telling what you may or may not come across. A farmer, after a long, tiring day, was about to go home when he felt someone in his storeroom, like as if someone was knocking. Ignoring it at first, he then decided to look for the invader. What he witnessed was quite horrifying. A peculiar creature with a short height was sneaking through the wooden planks. Although the man couldn't see its
Little
face
shit.
clearly, its large eyes shining in the dark were enough to send shivers down his spine. They were surely not human eyes. And besides that, it seemed to have an elongated head, depicting it as a creature from another world. Its sneaking behavior spread fear in the man, compelling
really
him to
say it's
run
from
for his
another
life.
world. It
Although
could
it
be
must
from
have
this
been hard
world,
for him
just
to
another
sleep
dimension.
peacefully that night. Somehow, he survived. Flying humanoid. I think we've been so indecent in this world that Jesus himself is coming down to school us. Isn't that what it looks like according to this video? A California man who had a home near the airport recorded this video. Out of his home's window, he noticed a strange human-like creature coming down from the sky, and he called it Jesus. Well, I mean, it might be. Since the video surfaced on the internet, it sparked curiosity among people to find out what it was. Many people claimed they had seen such a sight before, and some mentioned that since their kids were afraid of going out after spotting a flying humanoid, some people argued it could be a flying object like a drone. Well, guys, we all know that airport areas are strictly a no-go place for drones, or things like it, so it couldn't have been that at least. And what it truly was is
That
still
was
a mystery,
serious
as it
drone.
has always been to people living in that area. Gloomy eyes. All credit goes to this bus driver who didn't freak out even after spotting this thing appearing from the dark.
Ooh.
Going back to his home after a tiresome day, a bus driver thought he was traveling all alone, but this was exactly when things took a scary turn. He felt something really strange,
It looks
just
evil.
as if someone else was also present with him. To investigate, he looked behind and was shocked to his core. Someone in the back seat
Yeah, I had
was
to pull
looking
over
at
and
him
get the
with
fuck
dark
outta
circles
there.
around its glowing eyes.
Yeah.
The tiny pale passenger suddenly
Dang.
came out and almost stared into his soul.
Yeah, I guess
He
so.
immediately stopped the bus and jumped out to seek help.
Somebody
But
leave
no
their
one
pet.
was able to find the tiny cryptid, who might have already gone just before the inspection started. The shadow.
Shadow
Inside
bastard.
now. Tapping on the window out. There.
Yeah.
Top window.
Yeah.
This scary video was filmed a few weeks back when a man in Florida went out one night to investigate some strange noises coming from an abandoned house in his neighborhood.
That
He
don't look
noticed
abandoned
something
to me, they got
weird in
lights
one of the
on.
windows. A shadowy figure emerged out of nowhere, and before he could record it further, it suddenly vanished. Strangely, it appeared again, but this time from another window. Weirdly enough, it passed out of sight again, only to emerge from the window with yellow light. This time, it looks even more scary, as the shadow got darker and bigger than it was before. It vanished, and then never came back.
Bottom window. What the hell is going on?
Although he couldn't see clearly who it was, the guy claimed that it might be the ghost of the person who used to live in that haunting building. He immediately came back to his home, as it could have been dangerous to stay out there. After that one night, he didn't hear the noises again, and never witnessed the shadow again either. Strange.
I don't think that's too strange.
Mysterious eyes. A man was passing by a car when his eyes locked with the gloomy eyes of a woman sitting in the back seat. These were the kind of eyes that no one could forget if they'd ever seen them once.
rocks.
It intrigued him, and he couldn't resist to know more about it, so he opened the door.
Hello.
There was no one in the car, sending his fear level skyrocketing.
man.
The woman had
You just put
vanished,
the camera
like she was
down
never
and
there in the
turned
first
away.
place.
Got black
And wait for the
clothes
most
on.
head-scratching part, you guys. The woman
Hey, you got a nice
reappeared
Eagles
as the
shirt on.
car
You see
started moving. Now, if I was there, I would have freaked out. But hats off to the man's calmness. He then fled the scene and ran toward a crowded place nearby. Surely this man had one rough day, thinking that the night could be better, and it only got
Watch.
worse for him.
Yeah, you better watch out. That's a vampire.
Hairy beast.
Mm.
A man on an excavator was working in the woods when he felt
Sasquatch.
someone watching him from a distance. However, at first, he looked around, but couldn't find anyone. But when he was reversing his excavator, he noticed a giant black-covered creature standing far away from him, behind the bushes, observing this man. His instant reaction was Bigfoot. He fled the scene immediately. But when he came back with his fellows, they couldn't find anything. Although everything was recorded on the camera that was
How big
fitted
that
around the
fucking thing is
place,
compared to the
it's hard to
tractor
tell
there.
whether it was an actual Bigfoot or some otherworldly beast. Some say it could have been a bear, but bears
no,
don't
man.
usually hide like that. So what
That
could
shit
it be,
was
guys?
big.
Tell us your thoughts in the comments.
That's CGI, man, or something. I don't know.
Chasing freak. A man was driving to his home, passing through the countryside, when all of a sudden he saw a weird creature whose face was not clear, apparently looking like a man. But what kind of man? That's the million-dollar question. Its eyes were glowing in the pitch dark, and these were the only things one could notice. Some more cars passed this weird creature, but it didn't run towards them. Instead, it specifically ran for this car, made a growling noise, and more. Thankfully, the man didn't stop his car and further accelerated it. He remained safe, came out of the countryside, and reached his home. I don't think he slept very well that night.
No.
No one could have slept after that incident.
No, man.
The next day, the man
Crackheads stay
reported
up
the
all
incident
night.
to the cops, and they later found out that it was a drunk man who had been teasing people that night.
No
However,
shit.
they
I got
did
that.
charge him and made sure that he would not repeat the same mistake.
He wasn't just drunk.
Climbing
Not to
creep.
be able to run that fast.
These trees in the middle of the jungle were thrown
Man, this
away
is going
as if they
around.
were mere leaves. Although it was caught on
Whoa.
camera, no one was visible at the location
What a
to
jerk.
whom we can blame.
An
Humans
alien,
certainly
yeah.
can't do it. They don't have that kind of power.
Maybe
And
they
neither
are.
could we see any excavator there. This mystery became more mind-boggling when the camera zoomed in, and the mysterious black-colored species became visible. It was sitting beside the tree, and it was not some kind of animal. If it were an animal, it would have fled that scene right away when the tree fell, but it didn't run away. This raises so many questions, and an important one
It
is,
is a big
could it be
mother.
that creature with such powerful hands could pull off a tree from its strong roots? If this theory's correct, there's a big challenge ahead for the wildlife authorities and researchers too.
That probably is the best Bigfoot like
Lost in woods.
video.
Is that
I've
a
seen.
White Walker? Because next on the list is a creepy creature who
Walker?
was hiding behind the tree and looked almost exactly
no
like a
snow.
White Walker. I wonder how the man recording this video came out of it safely. Just look at the weird body formation. Dusty, skinny, cold, and whatnot. However, after coming out of the woods, he quickly informed the authorities and showed them the video. But they couldn't find any trace of that species. Maybe there's a hidden spot of the jungle where it went for safe passage. Well, no one knows what other mysteries these woods are hiding from us. Wooden creature. A group of campers after dinner were strolling into the woods when they came across this peculiar creature lying lifeless on a tree. It was nowhere close to any known animal, as no one had seen such a species before. It looked like a wooden creature with an unusual face and twisted fingers supported by small hands. Filled with curiosity, one of them took a wooden stick to check it out by moving it slightly. They failed to recognize this creature. However, they called the wildlife department, who then came and took it with them. The final report on that species is yet to come. And don't stress out, folks. We will get back to you very soon with more information about it. White freak. A man was driving home, passing through an empty road, when he noticed this white-dressed person in the distance. It had long hair, no shoes, was completely dressed in white, and was
Looked like
walking
it
on
was
the
going
road
with his
like
hands
it
up.
feared no one. It seemed like a human. But I don't think we're brave enough to be in such an uninhabited place late at night. I feel this person was being dictated by someone or was in control of something. As this
man, I
white
don't like
creature
them
noticed a
fast
car,
walking weird
it
looking
immediately
things, man.
ran
They creep
toward
me
it. Fortunately, the driver was clever enough and didn't wait for the scary creature to come near the car. He immediately reversed it and took a different turn. It is a humble piece of advice for you guys as well. Never stop a car at such places.
Hell no. I'm gonna bite you with
Mysterious crawler. After watching this, I'll never ever travel on such roads again in my life. Just check this out, guys. A man stopped a car midway on this empty road, and the reason was this creepy creature who had no dress on its body and was sitting in the middle of the road. The man did press the horn, but it didn't affect the crawler. Instead, it started crawling backwards and had the intention to approach the man sitting in the car. However, the man sensed its plan and put his car in reverse, driving slowly. That creepy crawler stood up and started running backward. Or it might have had its front pose. Who knows? It started running backward, approached the bushes, and instantly vanished into them. The man drove off home and never encountered this creature again because he never went that route again.
She was either tripping or
Walking legs.
Walking
That's
leg.
terrifying, guys.
What the heck?
Imagine you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, someone like this emerges.
They lost
This
the rest of
creature,
them.
whatever it was, had no head or body.
I
All
have
it
no
had were legs.
I have no legs.
CCTV installed at an undisclosed
All I have
location
is legs.
captured
All
these
I have
odd
is
walking
legs.
legs and has become a mystery ever since. The video surfaced online, but no one can still identify those weird limbs. Even authorities were unable to debunk the theories that circulated about this perplexing discovery. So, could this be some kind of otherworldly being trying to invade our towns, or someone pulling a fake stunt to gain fame? The Nun? Imagine if the Nun character really existed. Where would you run to hide? Well, you probably have no place to hide, because they know everything, just like in the movies. And here is another nun encounter. A man was driving on an empty road that often passes near the countryside. Suddenly, his car came across this figure that apparently looked like a nun. A lady in a white, long cloth. Just when he tried to avoid this life form, it instantly jumped and almost hit the car. This supposed nun creature was enough to cause damage, but the man's calmness helped him and gave him time to think. He swiftly crossed this mysterious being, fled the scene, and reached home safely. Spying stranger. A man, while filming the video of his home, got the biggest shock of his life when he turned the camera upwards. A strange creature covered in white was looking at him from the roof. I still wonder why he didn't scream. It must be due to fear, as he went speechless for a while. However, this spooky being didn't stay there for long and quickly disappeared. The guy managed to capture it on camera and shared a video online to get some clues about it. People started calling it an alien, while a few said it could be someone secretly spying on that guy. Because if it was an alien, why did it run away? Really an alien, or just a hoax? What do you think, folks? Stranded zombie.
Good puppet.
Everything about this video is mysterious. You may be astounded by this creature's behavior, which resembled more like an alien or zombie than a normal creature. Well, I'm scratching my head over this strange place too, guys. Where on earth could it be? And check this species' behavior. Skeptically looking here and there to find someone who could give assurance that it was not alone. It sat for a moment, though after a futile search, it must be God's lonely man at that moment. Well, guys, when we did a little research about this place, we came to know that it was leaked footage from NASA. Sounds crazy, right? Well, listen more. It was straight from the moon. And that was not an alien walking on it. NASA's robot collecting samples from the moon. And yeah, you could be on the moon too someday. Only if you start studying with dedication.
There's one of Elon Musk
The
bots.
chicken dance.
Oh, this one's fun.
I never knew aliens could dance until I watched this video. A mysterious creature with a strange body formation and short height like a dwarf was caught on a home CCTV camera in La Junta. It certainly had a weird head. There was something attached to it, like a small tail on the head. and the thing popped up from nowhere
It's
and
so
was
funny
found
looking.
dancing while passing the garage. People called the police to seek help. But this creature has baffled even their heads as well. They're determined that they will
Wow.
protect the whole neighborhood and would check more cameras in the surroundings to find its whereabouts. However, after a thorough investigation, the cops concluded that it was not an alien or any other creature from a different planet,
No?
but a young kid who
Yeah.
was wearing a hat and a
Yeah.
slim hoodie that
Yeah.
made him look like an eerie creature through the security camera. So, folks,
That's
no
something
need
my
to
kid
panic.
would do,
Just relax and enjoy your day.
right?
It's time for today's open discussion.
Huh?
You know what's scarier than jungles? Abandoned places.
Oh,
They
yeah?
hold mysteries that are home to creatures that you would
Ooh.
never want to encounter in your lifetime. Even though
Right.
people often avoid such locations, this man sought
I
adventure
don't do
in his
abandoned,
life
man.
and
They're too-
decided to trek to an abandoned
too much-
place
too much
far
danger.
from the city.
You can get
It was
hurt.
just a one-room house with no lock. As he entered,
And I got
what he
bad
saw
luck
could
with shit.
compel him never to embark on such adventurous trips again. A crawling creature lying upside down and moving slowly was enough for the man to hold his breath. He immediately shut the
Damn,
door and
Robert.
ran away. I mean, that's what I would have done too. But I also
Yeah, run
never would have gone there. The
Run
image of a
away!
skinny white crawler with undoubtedly malicious intentions will haunt this man for some time.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed
Thank you
day.
very
Until the
much for
next one,
watching the video.
Please like
Do
and
like
subscribe.
and share it with your friends.
Peace.
Subscribe to the channel